Now, before we close this week's topic, let's look at the final topic on our list, which is different systems of stratification. We distinguish open and closed systems of stratification. Societies differ in the extent to which they permit and encourage social mobility, which is the movement of persons from one social class to another. So an open class or system of stratification is one in which there are few obstacles for people who are changing their social position. All people, regardless of birth, have genuinely equal opportunities to change positions and move up or down in the stratification system. In other words, there are no social structures, no cultural norms or values that would prevent you from quitting your job as a bus driver and then go to university for higher education and then get a job of a banker. All right? If this is possible, then it means that this person is living in an open system of stratification. In closed stratification systems, however, there is virtually no social mobility. Social mobility, then, is this ability of an individual to either go up or down the social mobility ladder, okay, from one social class to another. A closed class system is one in which children inherit the parent's social position. In a closed system, people's place in the social hierarchy are fixed or ascribed. Think of the Indian society, right, with its caste system. Children born into a lower caste will never be able to climb up to a higher caste. That's because that's their culture. This is their ideology. This is their social structure, you see? So the Indian caste system then represents an absolutely closed system of stratification. People are born into a position and cannot, under normal circumstances, move out of it. One way of moving out of this would be probably to marry somebody who is from the upper class, right? Or probably win some $1 million in a lottery. You would immediately become extremely rich person, and that would put an end to all your life troubles, such as shortage of money and so on and so forth. Sociological analysis of mobility. Now, there are two types of social mobility that can be described. One is horizontal, which refers to movement from one position to another of the equal rank. For instance, a school teacher and a university professor. These two professions are more or less on the same social class, okay, which is, I think, the middle class in Kazakhstan. So in the horizontal mobility, you can change one occupation to another within one social rank. In the vertical mobility, there is a movement upwards or downwards in the stratification system. So today you work as a university professor, but tomorrow you may become like a local akim, like a local governor, okay, local governor of the city or whatever. You see, this is an example of an upward mobility, vertical mobility. The individual changed or upgraded from the middle class to an upper class. Now he became like a politician, very influential person, and probably very rich as well. In analyzing the nature of social mobility, sociologists focus on two other types: intragenerational mobility and intergenerational mobility. Intragenerational, intra, within the generation, or career mobility. This refers to the movement of individuals in the stratification system during their lifetime. If you are able to upgrade from being, let's say, a banker to then becoming a CEO of some company, or from being a school teacher to becoming a very successful businessman, right, then it means that there is intergenerational mobility in this society. Intergenerational mobility then refers to differences between the social class positions of children and the social class positions of their parents. So according to this type of mobility, individuals can't really improve their life chances. They can't really upgrade or downgrade their social classes within their lifetime. Whatever you do, you will remain in only one social class, okay? So only your children, only your grandchildren will probably be able to become more successful, to become more to occupy higher statuses in the society. Now, this is an example of intergenerational mobility. Structural mobility is the mobility occurring as a result of changes in a society's occupational structure. Structural mobility is caused by the large-scale structural changes in the society as a whole. Among the structural changes that have profound effect on the class structure of many countries are technological innovations, wars, economic fluctuations, and urbanization. Think of this example. In the Soviet time, scientists used to be extremely respected. They occupied a very high status in the society. Okay, they were called as the Soviet intelligentsia. But after the Soviet Union collapsed, in the post-Soviet times, the scientists, the academics, are no longer so influential. They no longer occupy such a high status in the society. Okay? And this is the case in Kazakhstan, in Russia, and in many other post-Soviet countries. What has happened? The Soviet Union collapsed. The society has changed. The political and the social system has changed. As a result of this, people's statuses have also changed. And this is an example of the structural mobility. Finally, if the nature of the economy and the occupational structure change over time, then the possibility of upward social mobility will be increased because more higher status jobs will now be available. So this is again related to the structural mobility. Now this is all for this week on social stratification. As always, read the textbook, study the slides, and if you have any questions, send me an email or ask me during the class. Have a nice weekend and see you next week. Good luck. Bye.